ADHD. What does that spell? What does that spell? Wait, what am I doing here? If you're like me, ADHD really does get in the way of a lot of things, especially when you're trying to build a business like I'm building with this little Pokemon card business. I'm gonna go through some of the things that have helped me overcome some of those ADHD aspects and really do a lot better in building my business than I would if I had just kind of tried to get through it, because I did try to get through it for a little bit, and I've tried to get through it with other businesses, and oh boy, it's tough. So you really need to kind of have some systems in place. So that's what we're gonna go through today. I am not a medical professional. I am not a therapist. I am not a financial professional. I'm just someone who has learned some of these strategies through my therapy, actually, to help me overcome the struggles that ADHD brings when trying to get organized and kind of go through with a lot of these things. So if you're struggling with ADHD and it's getting in the way of your day-to-day life, talk to a doctor, talk to a therapist, and it's done wonders for me. I just want to say that off the bat, like, this is not a, oh, I'm going to fix your ADHD. This is just a, here's what I've learned to help cope with it, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't, but it's the best I can do. And if you have any tips or anything you think will be helpful for me or for anyone else that is struggling with this, that is trying to build a business or trying to keep a good schedule and follow through on things, please leave it in the comments, because I'm still learning a ton and I know it'd be helpful for me and hopefully everyone else. We'll just have a little community built around this and help each other out. That's what it's all about, really, right? So the first thing that's really helped me is just schedule. I hate schedules. I've always hated schedules. School schedules, sports schedules, all the stuff that I grew up with, all this schedule, it drove me insane. It's so hard for me to just follow through on those things, even though, like, they're super helpful. They've helped me immensely when I actually follow them, but it is so hard for me to just stick with it. But schedules will be the most helpful tool in your arsenal when you're building a business and trying to manage all of the different things that come with that. My main job is not the most scheduled. It is not the most structured. And for me, that does actually end up making things a little bit more difficult, because even though I hate following the schedule, I still need the schedule. So recently we've actually been going really hard into scheduling things out, because we know that it'll be the best way to be the most efficient, to get the most done, but also still have the most free time, because we won't be wasting time jumping around from task to task, not really following through on things and not having things planned out properly. We'll just be able to get the thing done, and move on without having to constantly wonder, oh, did I get this done? Oh, I forgot about this. Oh crap. It's so frustrating to not have things structured like that. So it is really, really important. For me in scheduling, I've broken things down by like the 3 main points of my life with, family, my work, and then this job, this content and building out my little business and all that. Then I'll take aspects of each of those 3. And I say 3, but it may be different for you. You may have different responsibilities and things going on, different projects. So just take the biggest parts of each of whatever category you put in place. And then I'll break those down into the most important things, like the things that have to be done. If I'm staying up all night, it's because this needed to be done. And then the other aspects that are like, okay, well, this is good to do, but maybe it's not the right time to do it. Or maybe it's not the most important thing right now. So it will get done eventually, but I'm not going to be too concerned about it right now. So with the Pokemon card business, the most important aspects are making sure my inventory is kept up with, making sure that I'm finding good buying opportunities, and making sure orders are going out. Those are the meat of the business. That's what brings the money in and keeps the inventory flowing. And then I have the things that I like to do that I think are good, but maybe I don't have time for it, or maybe they're not the highest priority, like making content, posting on socials, which important, good, but not the most important thing and not the key to the business. Also, guys, allergies are so bad right now. They've already kicked in for me. My eyes are suffering. So then I'll take the most important aspects of each of those, like those immovable objects, and put them into the schedule wherever they need to be placed, because they have to be at those times. If I have an important family event, it goes in the schedule and it's like the immovable object. It's not going anywhere. Or work stuff, I have to have this project done. Boom, it's in the schedule. Orders, they have to go out. Boom, they're in the schedule. And I build out the main parts of my week, month, however long into the future you're building the schedule. Those are the main points, the skeleton of it. And I can kind of fill in beside that. So if I see, okay, this week I have a really big work week, I'm going to need to get a lot of stuff done. It's going to be a long week. I'm not going to be as focused on the little aspects of everything else. So maybe I don't get a video out on my YouTube channel. Maybe I don't go to an event that I was planning on going to, whatever it may be. The little movable things that aren't key vital things get moved around. And I try to fit them in where I can because I still want to do them, but they're not the focus. So they kind of are movable. There's the movable objects and the movable objects. And that's kind of how my schedule flows. And in that I build in specific times for specific things, like, you know, kind of routines, because for me, routines are really important. So every Wednesday night I try to film, it's Wednesday night right now. I'm trying to film because my wife's gone and it's the best time for me to sit down and get this done. Thursday nights will be the night that I try to make sure that my inventory is correct and my shipping stuff is ready and together and I'm not running low on anything. And if I am, I go ahead and order it. You know, it's somewhat movable, but it's like the routine that I'm trying to set in because I know that's going to be the most efficient way to build my business and to keep my life from being absolute chaos. And trust me, my life has been absolute chaos. It is a world of difference to have this stuff organized and scheduled out. And that takes like diligence. It takes a real focus to make sure you're actually doing all this stuff because I hate schedules still. My brain does not want schedules. It gets really bored really quickly and I want to change things up. This office has changed up like 20 times since I moved into it because I just like look at things and I'm like, oh, this needs to be organized. I want to move this. I'm going to move this. I'm going to change this. Video stuff changes constantly. I fluctuate between I have no motivation to make a video or I'm too, you know, nervous to make a video to like this run of like, oh my gosh, I have all these ideas, I have all this stuff I want to do. And I get really, really invested and script out everything and do all this stuff. But then I lose the motivation again. And if I'm not constantly keeping on my schedule and keeping myself accountable, I'm going to struggle with that. And it's going to make it way more difficult. I'm going to be way more inconsistent and the business will suffer. I know for me, the ADHD really makes it to where I hate schedules and I don't want to follow them because I get bored. But I have to set myself in that mindset of this is going to help you be super efficient. It's going to help you have more free time because you'll be getting the things you need done, and you'll have your structured in time where it is no work, relax, chill out, hang out with the family, fun stuff. And I can follow them and I can be way happier than constant chaos, constant mess, constant crap, I didn't film this video, crap, I forgot to get this order out, all that. It's way simpler. Hey, editing Dakota here. Of course, I'm at work and I realized I completely forgot to mention something that is really important to the organizing portion of this. Along with scheduling, I have been using a spreadsheet to track all of my purchases and all my sales and my profits and be able to keep up with everything, my cost of goods, all that kind of stuff. It's really been helpful. It's one that I got from a channel called Game Vitamins. Please go check them out. Really good dude, really knowledgeable. He's in the Magic the Gathering TCGPlayer space and he's been super helpful. The spreadsheet is really great. I tweaked it to fit my cost of goods and my systems of selling. So I'll leave the link to the video that he discusses it in and you can access it in the pinned comment. Please go check him out, subscribe, let him know I sent you, and let's get back to the main video. And you don't have to be alone in figuring that out. And that's where the second point comes in, accountability. I'm a part of a Discord server called the Rare Candy Collective, and they are some of the most helpful, kind people that you'll ever meet. From helping out with different ideas for videos and social media stuff and all that, to different business things and ideas that you maybe not have thought of and strategies, to just hyping each other up and just really being supportive of each other. This group is amazing. And link is in the description if you want to join. It's a really cool group. We're really chill and it's fun to be around. A lot of awesome people. And I'll be doing something really cool there with Journey Together pretty soon. So keep an eye on that. It'll be pretty cool. I'm so happy to have met all these people and have made these connections because one, community is the main point for me. I could never have views on these videos. The shop could slow down, but making these connections and building these friendships is super important. And it is really the most important part of all this, but they're also super knowledgeable. I've learned so much from all these people and they've been super helpful and super kind and super generous with their time and their information and their knowledge. They've helped me a ton on the business side. And I've been lucky enough to be able to help them on the videography side because that's my main job. That's my career. So I'm really excited to be able to help them as they've helped me. It's really great to have that community, but also it's built in accountability. I have actually had conversations in the group where I've told them I'm just not motivated to make a video. I don't know what it is because I want to make a video, but I don't want to make a video. And they were super helpful and they're super encouraging and they helped me just kind of see it as, hey, just if you do it, you know, you'll be happy. You know, you'll be excited to have videos out, to get them done, to continue building your skill set, to build your channel, to build your community, and it'll be worth it in the long run, even though in this moment, you don't necessarily have the motivation. That kind of accountability is priceless because it gives me that motivation. There's that built-in motivation through having any kind of accountability and people that are there for you, checking in on you, making sure that, not like forcing you to get done, not be like, oh, you better get that video done or so help me. Well, I guess Ty did kind of threaten me a little bit, but but really they're just trying to encourage me to do what I want to do and to follow through on things. And that is so great. It doesn't have to be this Discord, even though I highly recommend it because they're great people, but any kind of community you can build in, or any kind of accountability with friends, your YouTube community, with your social media community, whatever it may be, that accountability is super helpful. Someone this brings to mind is actually Alex Ketchum on Instagram. First of all, great dude, go follow him. But second, he's been posting every day for like 300 and some days. And he's so motivating because he just looks at it as, okay, I need to post. I may not always want to, but if I schedule it in and I put that into my mind and I'm motivated and I'm accountable to my community that I have told I'm going to be doing this, you can do it. And he's had success doing it and it's awesome. And it doesn't have to be content. It can be anything in your life that you can find accountability for. It's helpful in all aspects. For me, it's been super helpful in life, but it's also been super helpful in business. Find accountability. It is gonna do wonders for you. Trust me, it's amazing. And the third thing I am the worst with is overcommitting. Don't overcommit. Remember that schedule? And we had the really important parts where the immovable objects, and we had the little floaters, the little immovable objects that were good to get done, but not necessarily the most important things to get done. Don't sacrifice all your free time, your family time, your sanity to get these little things done. The important things are the important things for a reason. They're the vital keys, but the rest of this is stuff that could get done at any point. You know, you need your rest. You need to take care of yourself. You need to not burn out, because I have several projects over in this corner that I burned out on, that I just got really motivated for a month and then tried to overcommit and did too much and then burned out. And it's really easy, especially for me, to find something to hyperfixate on it and say, I'm gonna become the best at this. This is my identity now. I'm going to just do everything involved in this, and then burn out because I'm not necessarily the best, or even I'm doing really well at it, but I just don't have time and it's cost me a lot of time with family or friends or whatever else. And I burn out from it and I move on because I've lost my motivation and I've burned out completely. I've worked a lot of processes into the business part of it to help me manage that stuff and manage the things that are important, and then left the other things as, you know what, I'd love to get it done, but if I don't, I'll live. Getting orders done, very important. I don't want my customers to be sitting there wondering why their order hasn't been sent out in 4 days. Going through and inventorying all my bulk cards every single day, not as important. I've also bought like a scanner and some other stuff to help speed up the process for these things so that when I do have time for them, I can get the most done possible, but also not break the bank. It's like a $40 scanner. Finding little ways to get these little things done and not taking them too seriously, but also trying to make sure they're done efficiently. It's a weird balance, but it actually works really well, because when you don't have time for them, you don't have time for them and you can move on. But you know, when you do have time for them, you'll be able to get them done efficiently, quickly, and make really good progress in all of them. I hope these helped you. I hope they made sense. Again, with ADHD, sometimes you kind of forget what you said and then you'll watch it back and be like, oh crap, I said that weird. That's been my problem with videos. Scripting is not my forte. I've done some, but I'm still working on it. And also, another thing I constantly forget, my shop plugs, eBay, TCGPlayer are in the description. Please go check them out. I've got a lot of new inventory from Prismatic and the other inventory from the collections I've purchased going up there soon, so keep an eye on those. I also have a PSA submission that's in research and ID, so hopefully I'll have that back relatively soon. Who knows? PSA's been so slow with things. I don't know what's going on. Otherwise, business stuff has been pretty simple right now. I bought out a couple more collections. I actually received a collection from someone that I met in the Disc Golf YouTube side. He had a bunch of vintage stuff that he was looking to move off of because he's getting heavy into Lorcana, so I was able to get that as well. I will be posting those relatively soon, and maybe I'll be posting on Instagram some of the cool stuff out of it, because it's mostly vintage and I haven't had a lot of vintage on the site, so I'm super excited about that. And again, thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all the fun stuff. I always feel like a shill saying that, but it does help get the video out and helps the algorithm find me and say, hi, we found people that like watching your videos somehow, so there you go. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.